Because of its proximity to the fishing grounds, a division of the Coast Guard resides in Cold Bay, Alaska during the king crab season.
We're in Cold Bay, Alaska. Cold Bay is a town of about 40 people. There's one general store slash bar slash restaurant slash hotel. Got a post office, and that's about it. So when the Coast Guard comes out here, we increase the population by about 25%. We're out here supporting right now the red king crab season.
Injuries and accidents occur often on fishing boats, requiring the Coast Guard to jump into action.
Guys falling overboard, so we go out on a lot of searches for guys to get washed over off the decks, especially at night. Crushed limbs, lacerations. Even if there's people standing right there when he goes over, there's a good chance they're not going to be able to get to him. And even if the boat gets turned around, they're probably not going to be able to find him in the dark. This is the MH-60J, and this is the best rescue helicopter in the Coast Guard inventory. The helicopter's got a four-blade articulated main rotor head, which means that basically it can go in any direction and do a lot of really aerobatic maneuvers that some of the smaller civilian helicopters just aren't really capable of doing. It can put over 6,000 pounds of fuel in this helicopter and fly for over 6 hours. So we can go 300 miles offshore, recover 5 people, and then come 300 miles back if necessary. Or if we're on a search, you can go offshore a shorter distance and search for several hours before having to come home for more fuel. This is the cockpit of the helicopter. One of the pilots sits on the right seat, and he's going to do most of the hoisting simply because the hoist hook is on the right side of the helicopter.
In the helicopter world, this is the big pickup truck. I mean, this helicopter has lots of extra power, lots of room in the back.
The left seat is where the other pilot sits, and he has access to most of the navigational gear.
The guys up front, we're just driving the bus. We're pretty much interchangeable in the front of the helicopter. We'll rotate back and forth.
Cabin here is where most of the business is done. The left seat is where the rescue swimmer sits, and he'll run the radio when he's not physically doing any kind of rescue operations. And the right seat where the flight mech sits, and he controls the hoist and uses the rescue devices, which are located in the front of the cabin. We got a basket, a pump, a litter, and then we got flares, data marker buoys, and then an EMT kit in front for taking care of people that may have been injured.
Weather in the Bering Sea is a helicopter pilot's worst nightmare.
There's really no weather conditions you're going to encounter out here. This helicopter can't physically fly through. Weather, especially in the Bering Sea in the winter, is traditionally just terrible. I mean, it's 40-foot seas and 75-knot winds are not uncommon. Those are the kind of conditions we routinely do launch in.